Welcome students. This session is for the students of first year BA in the subject of microeconomics. I am Assistant Professor Purva Gude and I will cover the topic Cross Elasticity of Demand from Unit 2 Elasticity of Demand and Supply. In this session, we will study the meaning and definition of cross elasticity of demand, types of cross elasticity of demand, and importance of cross elasticity. At the end of the session, students will be able to understand the concept of cross elasticity and understand the difference between several types of cross elasticity. Let us now begin. Cross price elasticity of demand measures the responsiveness of demand for one good to the change in the price of the related good. It is the ratio of the percentage change in quantity demanded of good X to the percentage change in the price of related good Y. It is defined as the degree of responsiveness of the percentage change in the quantity demanded of good or service X to the percentage change in the price of the related commodity Y. We know that the consumption behavior is related. Thus, the change in price of related goods affect the demand for another good. Related goods are of two types: substitutes and complements. Substitute goods are those which can be used in place of one another. For example, a pizza from Domino's or Pizza Hut. Beverages like Pepsi or Cola. The interstate bus transport such as Kadamba or Paulo Travels. The complementary goods are those which are consumed together. For example, car and petrol, mobile and SIM card, notebook and pen, etc. Cross price elasticity is observed in the substitute and complementary goods. Cross price elasticity of demand is mathematically expressed as percentage change in quantity demanded for good X upon percentage change in the price of good Y. Symbolically, it is expressed as EC is equal to delta QX upon delta PY into PY upon QX. In this expression, EC is the coefficient of cross price elasticity of demand. QX is the original quantity demanded of a commodity X, whereas delta QX refers to change in quantity demanded of commodity X. The symbol delta refers to change. PY is equal to original price of commodity Y, whereas delta PY is the change in the price of commodity Y. Let us now see the types of cross elasticity of demand. First one, positive cross elasticity. When the goods are substitutes of one another, the cross price elasticity is positive. For example, tea and coffee, Domino's and Pizza Hut are the substitute commodities. Suppose the price of tea increases, the demand for coffee also goes up. We observe the direct relation in case of the substitute commodities. Please observe the diagram. X-axis represents quantity demanded, whereas Y-axis represents the price of commodity Y. If we see the demand curve, it slopes upward and it is a linear straight line. P is the original price, whereas Q is the original quantity. We see that when the price of good Y increases to P1, the quantity demanded of commodity X also increases to Q1. This is because When commodity Y becomes expensive, people will shift to the substitute goods because they can be replaced in place of another. Second, negative cross elasticity. When the goods are complementary, we observe negative cross elasticity of demand. The coefficient of cross elasticity over here is negative and less than 0. Complementary goods are those which are consumed together. For example, mobile and your data pack, car and petrol. Let us now observe the diagram and example. We see that when the price of Y increases to P1, the quantity demanded of commodity X decreases to Q1. This is because complements are consumed together, and when the price of one good increases, the quantity demanded for other good decreases. Next, zero cross elasticity. When the two goods are not related to each other, the cross price elasticity of demand is 0. So the coefficient of elasticity will also be equal to 0. For example, car and clothes, laptops and chocolates. If the price of laptops increase, there will not be any change in the demand for chocolates because both these goods are not related to each other. Similarly, if the price of cars increases, there may not be any change in the demand for clothes. We observe in the diagram that the demand curve is a vertical straight line, and any rise or fall in the price of Y will not affect the quantity demanded of X. Quantity demanded of X will always remain fixed. So the coefficient is equal to 0. Let us now see the importance of cross elasticity of demand. Knowing the cross price elasticity of substitutes as well as complementary goods helps the firm to understand the market better. It also helps them to identify the product space of the competitors in the eyes of the consumers. Thus, this also helps them to develop the strategies. And finally, cross price elasticity of demand helps the firm to understand the sensitivity of sales revenue. This in turn helps them to reduce the financial risk. I hope you have understood the meaning and the types of cross price elasticity of demand. These are the references. Thank you.